guys! So today I am going to share with you a quick life story of my Golden Pothos plant. If you saw my thumbnail, this plant initially did not look like this. Ang dami niyang pinagdaanan sa buhay, mala MMK ang kanyang life story. I'm not even kidding you guys. This plant went through so much beating. It went to the point where it almost became, I don't know, extinct. Dahil, basta ang dami niyang pinagdaanan. But, look at it now. It's so lush, it's thriving, and it's healthy. And I just want to tell you guys the story behind this plant. So, strap in, get your tissues ready kasi baka maiyak kayo sa nangyari sa halaman na ito. So, I got this plant 6 months ago, mga August 2020 ko siya nabili, and it's one of the 3 very first ornamental plants that I bought for my house. As you can see, hindi pa siya ganun ka-lush, but it was a fairly established plant. Madami na siyang roots nung nirepot ko siya sa kanyang pot. So, my first mistake for this Golden Pothos was, my very first mistake was, I placed it in a location that had zero sunlight, as in zero. Don't believe when people say that these plants can survive in regular overhead lights. They still need sun to survive, okay? Don't put them in a spot that gets zero lighting. So that was my first mistake. No umusbong yung bagong dahon niya na nilaw, and I'm pretty sure that's because it didn't have too much sunlight. So that was my first mistake. The second mistake that occurred was not due to my lapse of judgment. It was my husband's mistake. And nagsimula ito dahil bumili kami ng UV light. Now, if you don't know, a UVC light is helpful in killing the viruses and bacteria in your space, and this specific UV lamp works in a whole room. The downside in UVC light is it's very, very harmful to living organisms. So you must not look at the light, you must not let your skin get exposed to the light. Just in general, if you are a living thing, living being, do not expose yourself to the light because it can have very harmful effects on your body, like skin cancer. It can affect your sight. Ewan ko kung mabubulag ka ba, basta it's not good for you at all. Knowing that there are risks that came with the UVC, hindi ba common sense na yon na pag inon yung ilaw, siguraduhin na yung mga halaman ay ilabas ng kwarto, diba? Because these are living things, living beings. So every time I turned on the light, I made sure na tinatanggal ko yung mga halaman. One night, my husband was the one who turned on the UVC light, and guess what? I don't have to tell you because I'm pretty sure you guys know what happened next. He left the plants along with the UVC light, and basically all of them got burned really badly. And it wasn't an instant burn like pagkababa ko, naging brown na lahat ng leaves, no. It was a slow and painful burn, and bit by bit the leaves just died and turned brown and burned to a crisp. At that point, I was just a newbie in gardening. So I had no idea this plant had a chance of surviving, and I felt like that was it. That was the end. And another mistake that I did was this poor plant. I put it in a spot where it only had the tiniest bit of sunlight. I thought it was enough, but it wasn't. If my first spot was zero light, this second spot was super duper low light. And you can't expect these plants to grow in super duper low light. You just can't. So my husband was the one who reminded me to bring it outside para naman makakuha siya ng sunlight. This is where things finally started to turn for this poor plant. Outside our home for the whole day, these plants get bright but indirect sunlight. It's important na indirect yung sunlight na makuha nila because bright direct sunlight will burn these leaves. So, kailan ko ba nilabas? So, I think it was around November. Nilabas ko na siya finally. September siya na UV light. So, for 2 months, it had very low, insufficient lighting. Tapos, nung nilabas ko na siya, finally, that's when the leaves started to really plop, 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 pop out. Okay, so ayan, iniwan na namin sa labas, diba? And yun, it seemed like everything was going fine. Until may nakaapak sa kanya. I don't know if you can see that, but there used to be 3 leaves coming out here. Pero ayun nga, may nakaapak sa kanya. And take note, yung pagkaapak pa sa kanya, hindi nasama yung node dun sa 3 leaves na yun. So it was a nodeless pothos cutting. And medyo na-stress talaga ako noon, but I did not give up on that cutting. I placed it in rooting hormone and then water propagated it. And alas, it grew roots super fast. So highly suggested ang rooting hormone talaga, guys. And I planted it somewhere here. Hindi pa established yung cutting na yun eh, but ito siya. Yan, it's right here. In the end, I'm kind of happy na may nakaapak. I'm not gonna name any names kung sinong umapak noon because I feel like mas nagbukang lush siya nung sinaksak ko dito sa loob ng pot na ito. And I have extra points of growth, kaya mas mag-trail and mas magiging lush siya. Ayan. By the way, may isa pa akong cutting na dinagdag dito eh. I'll insert a photo. 2 dahon lang siya, okay? So, despite that, I feel like ang bilis pa rin ang rate of growth niya. So, ayun lang. What is the moral of this story? Don't give up on your plants. Give it all the effort that you can give and it will give you that same kind of effort in return. And mapapasaya kanila, and ayun, just don't give up on them. Give them the right care, give them the right amount of sunlight and water, and make sure your husband doesn't UV light your plants. So ayun lang naman, guys. Golden Pothos, if you must know, is a variety that is very hardy and tough, and kaya siya nabuhay despite my shortcomings. I can't imagine if it was my rubber tree or any of my calatheas na UV light. For sure, dead balls na yun by now. So, it was a good learning experience. I hope you guys learned something too. And ayun lang talaga. That's all. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new. Comment down below what kind of videos you want me to share on my plants, if you want to see my plant collection. And subscribe and click on the bell notifications down below to get notified on my next video. That's all. Bye.